Let's talk about the Buffalo Bills. If this team can win out for the rest of their season, they will more than likely be in the playoff race. But they have to win their next couple of games, and the schedule isn't easy. But if it is a team and a quarterback can do it, it's the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. Joe Brady, regardless of how this season ends, he should be the offensive coordinator with this team for next season. You have to give him that chance. He's done a tremendous job coming in and coaching these guys up by using the running backs more, using Dalton Kincaid more, and getting more guys looks besides Stephon Diggs. Look at what was going on with Ken Dorsey when he was offensive coordinator. It basically had Josh Allen in handcuffs. He didn't know what he was doing. He was not coaching up the deep shots down the field effectively enough. And Josh Allen at the time, early on in the season, was having bad games. Had that 3 interception game against the New York Jets. But you flip it back. The first game that Joe Brady comes in and he coaches his team up, they win that game. They scored 32 points in that game as well. And they also had an offensive explosion against the Philadelphia Eagles to where they scored 34 points. Their defense did let them down in overtime, but Josh Allen did miss a wide open Gabriel Davis late in the game in overtime. If he hits him for a touchdown, the Buffalo Bills win that game. They'll be undefeated with Joe Brady calling plays. I love that Sean McDermott did move on from Ken Dorsey, but I believe that he may have done it too late. But we will see in the next couple of weeks if this team makes the playoffs or not. Then against the Kansas City Chiefs, they did a tremendous job offensively in the first half. In the second half, it did tailor down a little bit, but they were still moving the football against one of the top defenses in the NFL of the Kansas City Chiefs. The offense just has to continue to use the running backs. Use James Cook in the receiving game, which I love. He had a receiving touchdown. That was beautiful. Just a beautiful play call by Joe Brady. And also just continue to give him the football out of the backfield as well. If they can just cut down on the turnovers, which they have in the last few weeks, they can be a top threat in terms of being in the wild card. For sure. No one will want to play this team if they're just taking care of the football and Gabriel Davis is catching the football. Gabe Davis has had a tough time early on in the season with holding on to the football and catching it. But when he can catch it, he's a valuable number 2 option alongside Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is one of the best wide receivers in the game, but you're going to need more than him to just go out there and win games for you. Khalil Shakir is one of those players you talk about. Very good wide receiver, has come in the last few weeks and has given this team a lot of juice. Great speed, great hands as well. And he looks like he's more of a number 2 than Gabriel Davis at times, but he's still a very good wide receiver with this team. 422 receiving yards on the season and 2 receiving touchdowns. And I love that 2 tight end set that they have with Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid is a first round pick. Dalton Kincaid gives you more bang for your buck in terms of just getting more offensive production, but Dawson Knox is still a very good tight end with this team. They gave him a contract extension for a reason. 495 receiving yards on the season and 2 receiving touchdowns for Dalton Kincaid. While Dawson Knox has dealt with injuries, he's going to go out there and block more for you and get more of the gritty work done for you in terms of just being a run blocker. Continue to use these tight ends in space and run the football out of this situation. You can be in a very good situation with this Buffalo Bills team if they can make the playoffs and if they just win out for the rest of the season. Defensively, they look good. I got to give Sean McDermott credit. You can say, hey, he let Ken Dorsey coach up this offense for too long. He coached him into the ground. That's fine. I won't argue with you on that. I thought he should have been fired at halfway point in the season. I still believe they fired him too late. Sean McDermott has done his thing on the defensive side of the ball. When you look at Tre'Davious White, he's been out since he tore his Achilles against the Miami Dolphins. No Matt Milano broke his leg against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And you're not getting that same pass rush from Von Miller this year, and yet they're still going out there playing top defensive football because of Sean McDermott. Look at what he did against Patrick Mahomes yesterday. Dialing in those blitzes, making him very uncomfortable and making him not being able to see the field. He has done this over and over again against one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And he also did a very good job against Jalen Hurts at certain points of times in that Philadelphia Eagles game. But we have to keep that in mind that their defense is banged up. And Von Miller right now, he looks washed. I understand he's coming off that ACL injury. He didn't play this entire season. He has to play better moving forward, or you just don't give him any more snaps because you have other guys on this defense. They're ready to go. They're giving you good production. Greg Rousseau has been very good this season. 4.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble. You look at AJ Epinesa, 6.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 2 interceptions. He is amazing at batting the ball down the line of scrimmage. And he did that yesterday against the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. So you have a good rotation of defensive linemen right now, and Von Miller needs to pick it up. Ed Oliver shows over and over again, week to week, why he deserves that contract extension and why he earned that contract extension from the Buffalo Bills. 6.5 sacks in the season, but it doesn't tell the entire story. He's stopping the run, he's pushing the pocket, and he's opening up things for other guys on the defensive side of the ball around him, like Greg Rousseau and AJ Epinesa. They just need Von Miller to be better with this team. And I understand he had a lot of things that went on off the field. If he can't be better, and if they make the playoffs and he's still not performing up to speed, they may have to talk to him in the offseason. Let's take some money off the books. Let's do a contract restructure because we can't afford to pay you that much. Or they may just have to let him go, but he has to be better with this team. He's also 34 years old as well. He's not bending the edge the same. And maybe that ACL injury has done a lot with that. He was playing with a knee brace on early when he came back. He's taking that knee brace off. He's still not bending the edge the same way that he used to when he was with the Denver Broncos and when he was with the Los Angeles Rams. They need that Von Miller from last season that had 8 sacks. And right now, he hasn't shown up. They're going to need him if they want to make a deep playoff run. In the secondary, they've done a lot of good things in terms of just covering guys with Taron Johnson, who's been very good. They made a trade where the Green Bay Packers will get Rasul Douglas. And you also look at Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. 2 very good safeties, but Taron Johnson is doing a very good job of defending the number 1 wide receivers week in and week out, and Rasul Douglas is a solid corner as well. They have solid guys on the defensive side of the ball, but they're going to have to continue to make those big plays. But I am worried about that middle linebacker spot without Matt Milano for the long term. They've done a very good job of tackling in space. I'm just worried about them in coverage. With that being said, it's going to be very hard for this team to still make the playoffs because the AFC right now is a bloodbath. But if it is a team and a quarterback that can do it, like I mentioned earlier in the video, it will be this team right here with Josh Allen. But they can't lose any more games. But let me know in the comment section below, can the Buffalo Bills continue to turn their season around? And can they make the NFL playoffs? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.